dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
And welcome to the Slant. I'm Sal.
And I'm Ant.
And this is our first episode. Welcome. A very special day.
Woo! Yeah. All right. So.
A little bit about ourselves. I'm Sal.
And I'm Ant again.
I'm currently unemployed. I'm a carpenter in New York City. Not that that's very important. Ant.
I own my own beverage company out of Brooklyn, New York. Currently living in Staten Island, New York. I deliver all your finer beverages. Poland Spring, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever you need.
And that's who's on the show. You'll also probably hear from Ant's lovely girlfriend, Christine.
Hi, how are you?
And from time to time, you hear from my lovely girlfriend, Lisa.
Hey.
And that's how we make up the show. We're going to be throwing some topics back and forth. And hopefully it sparks up some good conversation. Right now, if you want to email us to get your 2 cents in, it's slantshow@gmail.com. We're going to be working on a YouTube, a Twitter, and a Facebook. And we'll have more info as this goes along.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
You got anything for us, Ant?
I currently do not, but I would like to start off the show with a topic that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Yumbo sandwich at Burger King.
What the hell is a Yumbo sandwich?
All right. Well, currently they are selling a Yumbo hot ham sandwich at Burger King.
Hot ham sandwich.
And just let it be known that it took the place of my near and dear to my heart Italian chicken sandwich. It was only offered for a limited time, and I just went there the other day, and it is no longer available because they're selling this fucking hot ham sandwich, and I cannot stand it. Sal, would you go to Burger King and get a hot ham sandwich?
No, not for a hot ham sandwich.
All right. Well, so I just want to know if anybody wants to give us their input.
Do you mean Subway or Burger King?
No, it's Burger King. It's a sandwich that sounds like it should be sold at Subway, but it's at fucking Burger King. Burger King is selling ham.
You used to eat the chicken parm at Burger King?
I fucking love it, Sal.
What in God's name are you thinking?
I don't know. It's a childhood thing. I've been eating it for years, and it was on the menu for years, and they took it off, and they bring it back every once in a while, and it's like a tease. It's like a cock tease.
It doesn't just taste like chicken with ketchup on it on a really soggy piece of bread.
No, Sal. I guess you don't really understand the whole meaning of the Italian chicken sandwich, okay? It tastes like ecstasy on a bun. That's the only way I could describe it.
I think you're overreacting.
I think that you're underreacting.
All right, moving on. You ever play Oregon Trail?
I love that game, yes. As a matter of fact, back in fucking elementary school.
How we came up with Oregon Trail is...
Yeah, you can't just jump right in, Sal. You gotta ease into Oregon Trail because it's like, you gotta get it like excited first.
We were talking about Carmen Sandiego and how much we all loved that game as a kid, and surprisingly,
where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yep, none of us owned the game. We either got to play it at a more privileged friend's house or in school
for free.
And then we started talking about the other games because sometimes you'd go in and the other kids already claimed Carmen Sandiego, and then you'd end up with Oregon Trail. And I remember really wanting to play Oregon Trail because it was a game you could go shooting in when you went hunting for your rabbits.
It was like the first fucking RPG of the universe.
And people would die along the way. Like, you'd be going along, you're like a 6-year-old kid, and it was teaching you like how detrimental life can be. You just got to get to Oregon. I guess that's where the food is, and you stop along the way, whatever. But you just be moseying along, and all of a sudden it'd be like, Christine's dead. She died of diphtheria. You gotta bury her now. And then you just mosey on again. And it's like, what? Just leaving my daughter.
Sal, I'm not 100% sure that diphtheria is a disease that could kill somebody.
Look it up.
All right. We're
look it up.
We're gonna Google that.
Diphtheria. Diphtheria.
Okay. Well, you're a dipshit.
Oh,
okay,
Kim.
Sal. So let's move on from there.
Diphtheria. Diphtheria, an upper respiratory tract illness caused by Cyanobacterium diphtheriae. All right, I don't think that killed anybody.
Definitely not.
No, I was thinking of diarrhea.
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
Okay.
Could be smallpox.
Disembowelment.
I'm sure that could happen.
All right.
Oh,
mean, the oxen would often die for no reason.
Yeah, and then you were fucked. Your wheel would break. But how does one die from debowelment on the Oregon Trail?
I guess if you drink infected water, your insides would turn to liquid and you would just shit your insides out. That's the only way that I could think.
Or
okay.
Mommy's out washing the clothes. Daddy's back at the wagon with little Macy.
Where did we go with this just now?
She's a little too small to take the package. She deboweled her.
Okay, which brings me into my next point. No, that was good. I appreciate it.
You appreciate a good pedophilia joke.
Speaking of shitting your intestines out, I want to know, where did Ebola go and why? A month ago, all over the news, you couldn't get away from it. Ebola, people are dying, people are fucking killing each other over this thing, and it's crazy. And then people are flipping out. And then all of a sudden, 1 month later, have you heard about it lately?
No.
Why do you suppose that
Well,
is?
you sound like you've been to West Africa. We were expecting all this stuff to come before it hit here, and then it hit here and it just fizzled out.
Yeah, but it was just okay. They were taking precautionary measures, but I don't know. It came here. What? We stopped it in its tracks. The USA. We just put an end to it. That's it. It's fucking done.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I can't believe that.
That's exactly what happened. They hyped it. The media went nuts with it because they knew they could scare people, and it came here.
But why was the media trying to scare people?
Because that's what they do with everything. It's how they sell everything. Nobody's going to pay attention unless... And something like... They do a lot of stuff like that, the media, with this is what's going to happen. And you could ignore it, usually. But I think with this, it was like, this is serious. This could be the next Black Death. Because we're in such a condensed place, too, in New York City, that it could have been really bad. And you know what? It's like we're laughing at it now because it kind of just went away.
But it's not away.
It could still be a real big problem if
there are still people dying in Africa from it.
Right.
Every day, thousands and thousands of people.
Because a lot of the things they're doing over there is, after somebody dies of it, they're so poor that they'll go and they'll steal the bed sheets of the guy who's just shit and bled out all over him, so they could have bed sheets, and then they wonder why they get it. And then with all the travel, I don't know why they didn't they saying they couldn't shut the flights down coming from there because too many people got business to do and all that kind of thing. But it got here, and we're a little bit better with sanity. Honestly, I think we got lucky. It was a miracle. I mean, you had this doctor that came back from West Africa, from Doctors Without Borders. And these guys are heroes. These men and women are heroes. They go over there. They volunteer.
I agree.
And they go and they play around with the infected shit and piss and semen and all that. And then they come here, and you know what? We kind of let this guy do his thing. He came back, and then he did more in a day than the average New Yorker without Ebola does. He was running around the city, high-fiving people with his Ebola hand. He was on the one trade. He was bowling, fingering the little holes in the balls. And then he ends up becoming infected with Ebola. He made it. He's all right now, but apparently he's still transmissible through his semen for another 3 months.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
So I guess you're not fucking him.
No.
All right.
No. But
let's scratch him off.
Do you remember the nurse? Do you remember the nurse that came back?
Yes, I do.
And she was really mad because they quarantined her right away for the 21 days it takes for you to show symptoms, that she couldn't just bite the bullet. We get that you're a health worker, you dealt with it, but look what the other guy did. He lied, too. They found that there was Metro card, his little travel card. They found that he lied about it with all the places he went. It's not worth the greater risk of infecting the public.
I can't understand how the nurse, being in the health profession that she is, how she flipped out that she was being quarantined for that amount of time. You have to be insane not to do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have to be, because I try to put myself in her head, and I keep going, well, maybe it's just me who goes, all right, for 21 days, for the sake of the greater good, I'll get quarantined. But I didn't think about, well, hold on, what the hell did you say? You have to be insane. You'd have to be... Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was thinking of it for more of a personal thing. I would just do the right thing. But you'd have to be fucking insane to think me before everybody else. Like, how bad? And you just came from a place where the worst case scenario is fucking happening.
Yeah. And you could just be like, okay, well, I'm back to America, so that's not going to happen over here. Like, you're a fucking moron. That's basically
And you know what? She started bitching with her lawyers, so Christy was like, all right, enough of this lady. And they tried giving it back to her. Where was she from? Maine or Maryland or whatever?
Wait, they gave Ebola back to her?
No, they gave the Ebola nurse back.
Oh, okay. All right.
To Maine.
Okay.
And,
they forfeited her back to her mainland.
Yeah, because Christy was like, we're going to do the right thing. That's the governor of New Jersey, for anybody who's not from the tri-state area. And he's like, we're going to do the right thing. Shut up. Get in your bubble. There's a TV in there. It's not bad for 3 fucking weeks until we see if you're sick. And she brought the civil rights, the lawyers, and Christy was like, all right, fuck this. Get her out of Newark. Send her back home. And then the people didn't even want her back home. And I think by the time all the bitching went through and everything, I mean, she would have been asymptomatic anyway. Like, fine.
So what I really want to know about this whole Ebola thing is there are some people that have died in the U.S. from it, and there are people...
1 or 2.
Yeah,
but
I said some people.
They got them late, too. That's another thing.
Is that what the main thing is?
Yeah, because they came back. One of them came back from one of those countries. He's from there or something like that. And he went to the hospital with fever. Like, he was already starting to be symptomatic, and they weren't ready for this, so they just sent him home, and then... It was too late for him. There was one person who was critical. One of the latest cases was critical, but they're better now. And something, I think plasma transfusions kind of helped save the day with that.
Well, I would like to know what the cutoff period of Ebola is. Like, 1 week, you're dead. 3 days, you're good. I would like to know.
From when you become symptomatic? I don't know. It's hard. It probably depends on the individual. A lot of the questions I had after the first...
Are you a doctor, Sal?
No.
Oh.
No, definitely not at all.
I thought you had a doctorate in Ebola.
No, I just listen to shit I hear, so this could all be false. But what some of the questions I had, it kind of just popped in my head, was the doctor who was transmissible through his semen for the next 3 months after he was cured is, well, what happens, like...
Who found that out, first
of
all?
It's a known... It's just known. It is known.
I know, yeah, but it had to be known because somebody caught Ebola through their tainted semen.
I'm sure that's... what happened. But what I was thinking was like, so all right, he's got to abstain from sex for 90 days. So
that's fucking hard.
So what happens? No, say you do that, and then you have a nocturnal transmission at night. Your body's got to get rid of the goo, and then you have it on your sheets. Or what if you wax it into the toilet?
Wait. Did you just call it goo?
Yeah, the goo.
I don't call it goo.
What do you call
Sal?
it? What do you call it?
Cum shots, whatever. It's just goo. I don't. Splooge, whatever.
Baby batter.
All right.
So, but what I found out was once it dries, like say on the sheets, it's not transmissible anymore. People out there.
Oh, so you can lick the dry semen.
You can lick the dry sheets. If it goes, if it's into a toilet bowl, it's in standing water, then it becomes non-transmissible. So you could drink it right out of the toilet.
Who the fuck is drinking toilet water, Sal?
Well, that's how I spent the 90s.
The 90s were a crazy decade, man. I'll tell you.
Oh man. So speaking of shitting,
what? How do you shit?
Well, no, I was thinking about I prefer baby wipes to get that sparkling fresh feeling, and I used to use toilet paper only, and I used to
Did you ever have streaks in your underwear?
When I was a kid, listen, I guess my mom didn't teach me to wipe properly because I thought it was one. It was more laziness probably. But I was a little kid and I thought it was one
putting
wipe.
Your mom on blast, Sal. Yeah. Come on, man.
She didn't. Mom, you didn't instill in me that it's not one wipe and done. You got to keep wiping until it's all gone. Apparently, I didn't possess that common sense. So I used to get itchy asshole in class. And I remember there would be streaks in my underwear. My mom would make fun. They'd go, look, you got skid marks.
That's fucked up.
So hold on. So one day,
sounds like you're really fucked up over this.
I was at my aunt's house, or my uncle's house, and my aunt was a particularly stuck-up woman, so she's not the kind of person you want to find skid marks in your underwear. They lived in Rockaway Beach, so we went to the beach. I must have been in 5th grade, I think. And we come back from the beach, and she had an outside shower. We showered there, and I had my clothes and underwear laying on the floor in plain sight. And she went to hand me my clothes and picked them up, and she was like, what's this in your underwear? And it looked like a light brown streak. And I was like, it's ketchup. Like,
It's ketchup.
Trying to make a joke. And she's like, no, that's not ketchup.
Oh,
and
my
I
God.
think, was it then I realized you got to wipe until it's fucking gone, man?
Well,
Yeah.
see,
6th grade's kind of long, so.
You're telling me it was an itchy fucking few years.
hey, man, whatever.
Robust for you.
There may or may not have been a couple times that I shit myself,
All right.
And
I got a question for you. When did you figure out? Remember when you were a kid, you would go into a public restroom or wherever, any restroom, and you would drop your pants to your ankles before you took a piss?
yes.
When did you learn that you should just open the fly and your penis is accessible through the fly and take a piss like a man?
As a matter of fact, I still to this day never do that. I like the freedom of having my whole button open, zipper down, underwear down. I like the freedom of just pissing like that. If I have to piss through an obstacle course, it ruins the whole
But you
experience.
can't do that in a public restroom today. Like, what do you?
Yes, you fucking can. And yes, I have. And yes, I do.
Okay.
All right.
I think 6th grade for me. I think it was 6th grade. Because, was it 6th? No. Yeah, for some reason, I'm pretty sure it was 6th fucking grade.
What happens if
No, you know what it was? When I would go into a public restroom, it was like I would automatically know I could just use the fly thing so everybody doesn't see everything. But when I was in a regular restroom, I would do the whole deal. And then I was like, I just clicked one day. Why don't you just do it?
Okay, so how about this one? How about this? What about when you wear certain types of underwear where it's not really easy accessible to grab it through the fly?
You got to
Like-
fish.
See, but why fish when you could just take the whole shit off?
So you're saying just don't wear underwear.
Or pants, for that matter.
You'd probably get arrested.
Tony Pants Off.
Tony Pants Off
That's what
dance
my
off.
nickname was in high school.
Tony Pants Off.
I used to randomly take my pants off at events or parties, and I was known as Tony Pants
Is
Off.
this true? Did anybody confirm any of this?
No.
I can't confirm, but I know you did the same thing at parties.
That was different. I would get drunk and take all my clothes off because I thought it was funny.
Well,
And-
see, that's kind of the
Oh,
kind of the same
regrets
thing.
from yesterday.
On to the next topic.
Well, wait. There was another thing. When we're talking about how to learn things like a man, I didn't wipe like a man until I was in the Army.
Really?
What I used to do is I used to stand up and then wipe. And then...
Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Don't fucking say it. Don't say you wipe your ass sitting down on the toilet.
Now
like
I
a
do.
Bitch. Like a bitch.
Now I do.
You do?
Instead of getting up like an 8-year-old and going like this, you just move a cheek up, your right cheek up, and you get in there and you drop it right in the toilet. And I
Okay,
remember I
all
told
right.
my friend that, and he said it took you till now to learn how to wipe your ass like a man.
Okay. Well, I
Why,
was
you
just-
stand up
I-
still?
No, I do. I stand up. And
Stand up, stand up.
I just wanted to make sure that you don't wipe sitting down from the front.
No, you never go back to front.
I have a friend.
It's in the Bible.
Who-
You don't go back to front.
My friend who shall remain nameless. Mike Ruiz. He
No last name. We don't really know if Mike Ruiz does this or doesn't. do it.
no, I know. He's admitted it through the years that's
Sounds
the
like
way
a fake last name anyway.
he takes a shit and he does not stand up. He sits on the toilet and wipes his ass from the back to the front. And I can't help but think, how do you not get shit on your balls?
How do you not get shit on your balls?
That's and
Did you ever
it's
ask
just
him?
unsanitary.
We should have him on and ask him, sir, how do you not get
I'm
shit
gonna
on your balls?
Contact Mike Ruiz. We're gonna get him here, and he'll elaborate on this topic for us. But
I want a bidet, though. Seriously, I want a bidet. I don't feel clean just smearing shit around. It's like wiping peanut butter out of a rug sometimes.
I agree.
Oh my god.
I agree. And what I do want to know is in public restrooms, when it's a single stall or single bathroom, you can actually walk like right to the sink and, wet the paper so you have a nice clean, wet paper. But there are the public restrooms that there's 10 stalls in that you have no access to water. And how are you supposed to function like that?
What bathroom have you been in the last century that doesn't have water access?
No. I'm saying you're in a stall with 10 other stalls there. You can't walk out of the stall, go to the sink, wet the toilet paper, and go back to the
What
toilet.
I like to do is I like to stand up with my pants still around my ankles, and I just shimmy out the door to the sink. And I get a little dab, but I just do it right there so I can dispose of my shitty napkin.
You strike me as a person who does a shimmy in the bathroom while shitting. But anyway... Let's move on a little bit here. Let's get off the shit topic.
You got anything on your list over there?
Let's see. I'm okay. So recently in New York City, they legalized that you're allowed to have 25 grams or less of marijuana on you in your possession, but you're not allowed to smoke it. You're not allowed to sell it. You are not allowed to be near school children or anything. Like, so exactly what are you supposed to be doing walking around with 25 grams of marijuana if you're not selling it, smoking it, looking at it, doing anything with it? Is it just like a trophy?
I think it's like, I was thinking about it the other day. I missed this. I quit pot a while ago, so I missed all this new stuff that's coming out with the oils and all that and this and that. But I'm thinking this is like slightly opening the door. So in a few years they could make it more legal and then eventually fully legal. I think that's what they're doing. I think it's just some places are giving a little like leeway, and then eventually it'll.
I disagree with you. I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think they're opening the door.
Why not?
To legalize it fully one day. I think what they did it for was to minimize the financial aspect of it, where they're spending millions and millions of dollars locking up these people that are walking around with a roach on them or a half a gram of pot on them. And we all know this is not a violent offense. This is not a crazy offense. You know, it could be argued that alcohol is even worse than marijuana, yet every year these kids, and not to mention the fact that you're getting a criminal record, you have a misdemeanor for having a half a gram of pot on you. Now you cannot go out and get a job because you have this misdemeanor on you.
And that's, but say they do legalize it, what happens to the people who have that on their record now and are being penalized for that?
I don't think they're going to take it off. I think it'll start from that day forward. I mean, they can't go back. How many years are they going to go back? 50 years and wipe everybody's records clean?
I don't know.
I really highly doubt that.
But you're right about the financial strain of the system locking these people up. They look at Colorado. They're flush with cash now because they just sell it like it's no problem. And now it's legal in places like D.C. I can't understand how we're such a liberal city